Yo, yo, yo.
Hey man,
Cigar time.
cigar time. And Durag Denzel is back. Durag Doe, Durag Denzel.
Durag Doe. Durag Denzel.
DVR
Uh
2004.
yeah. This is how I met you right here, man, with a rag on your head, man.
Durag or a headband
Both. I
or
met
both.
you with that big old headband wrapped around your durag, man. Both, yeah. Yeah, that's what I
Or
was trying to remember. I'm like, there was something you used to wear other than like a different
just the
kind of
durag.
durag, but it wasn't. It was the band. It was the
It was the
headband I was
band,
thinking
or
about.
or or, or was the fitted with the durag too? The fitted durag
Yeah, I
combo.
mean, it's everything, man. But you know, everybody would have fitted with the do rag. That was very commonplace. What I'm
Yeah,
doing now, just going raw dog. You know what I'm saying?
that was
I'd
that
have
was
never
weird
done that
behavior
back
back
in the
then.
day.
That was not normal behavior.
Yeah, that was a big no. Big
Yeah,
no
you
no.
had you
The
had to
do
go
rag just
durag
added
fitted
another
combo.
layer to fit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because especially at the colors. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
which you got the white and the red. I might have went white do rag with that, or I might have went red do rag with that, or a red and
Yeah.
white do rag with that.
Yeah, people would double up and everything, man. You know, but that's why we go back to the old conversation, how stupid our outfits look, man. I really every time I see it, I be like, boy, that was a rough generation there, boy. We
Why
really
was
look
we doing
stupid.
that?
Clear shoes, clear ones. You remember them plastic clear ones where you can see your socks and stuff, man?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
man.
Why? I'm glad that didn't become a thing. Like that didn't keep going. It stayed
Right.
as a fad for a moment, and then it was over with.
Big untied Tims, just big loose
Hmm.
Tims. You
Hmm.
can't even kick somebody in the stomach good without your shoe flying off.
Right
Like, you
off.
know what I'm saying? Like, but man, yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
because you,
time.
you you lace them to the top, you a weirdo.
Yeah. I'll say this though, man. I think that this generation looks better than our generation did, but they gonna regret it too, though, with these booty shorts and these old man shoes, sneakers they be wearing with the high socks. They gonna
Yeah,
regret it too.
yeah,
But it looks better. It's the 80s, so I can't say but so much. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
they
Because
gonna regret
it's
having the
emulating the same
mustache with no
thing.
beard, with
I
with
haven't
all
seen
that.
that yet. Yeah, mustache with no beard.
Yeah, that's very common.
That's the thing. It's got to be an
Yeah,
Atlanta thing. It's got to be an Atlanta thing. A
You see the
Georgia
white
thing.
boys do it. You see the white boys do it more often.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, you see a brother pop out with it. You know what I'm saying? Just a
Hmm.
mustache, no beard. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild. That's crazy work. Because like I thought it was moving more towards like every black man's goal was to have a beard. You know what I'm saying? The whole Rick Ross joint.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I got to the point now I shaved mine off. You know, I wore it. I didn't let it get full like the Rick Ross because I didn't have a good nappy beard, so mine get stringy and stuff looking. It wasn't sexy, but I would keep it at a certain length.
Yeah, you
But
keep
I
keep
rock
it
mine
down.
for
Yeah.
yeah, keep it down, but all the way filled in. But I did
Hmm.
that for some years, man, and I got over it, man. I was like, man, forget that. So I don't know. I might go with the loc and just take my beard off and take my mustache off and just
I'm
leave the
just right.
beard, man.
I hated that. I hated
Yeah.
that. You know what? I did that
Never had
at
much of
one.
one though.
I say what?
I said our boy ain't never had much of a mustache during them
Mustache
years
time
though.
now.
So I
I
get why
wonder
he
if it's
just
ever
cleaned it
grown
up,
in.
but I'm sure.
I'd be curious to know if his mustache ever grew in,
I'm sure. I'm sure. He didn't look like he had
or maybe not.
it.
I mean, like
But
your beard barely connected. I mean, 20 years later, your beard still haven't connected.
never know.
Now you like one of the last ones that had your beard connect. That used to be a thing.
Probably
Like
was, but I
your
didn't
beard,
never.
but you was the youngest though. You was the youngest. You was the youngest in the group.
Well, we talking about like the goatee or just the actual full sideburn beard?
The full, like, yeah,
Already?
full connect. Yeah, the full connect already. Already, that's scary.
I never. I'm gonna tell you though, it took me a long time to try that, so
Hmm.
I don't even know when it
You
would
don't
have
know when you
officially been.
actually could connect.
Yeah, but I'm sure in my mid 20s I could have connected. I just was
I was
shaving all that
connecting
off
it.
throughout
I
those
was
years.
connecting at 16. I had the pencil line.
Oh, dude, I had the pencil line. I used to rock the pencil line. I had the pencil line. It's just all this
In
other
college.
stuff.
In college,
I probably could have, if not in college, right after. Before 21, I definitely
because
had the pencil line
I
because
remember
I
you couldn't
rocked that
connect in
style for a
college.
look.
I remember you couldn't connect in college.
I get gappy here. I'm still kind of gappy on that little part of the right there. You know what I'm saying? But like I could do the pencil. The pencil was the first thing I could do. That was my first
Right.
attempt at this was the
Yeah,
pencil.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't stick with the pencil because I started realizing the pencil looked stupid. So I started going.
I hope we don't see that come back. I hope we don't see that come back.
Yeah, that
You know,
can't come
I
back.
might try. I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna come on the show with a pencil.
Yeah, do that and then shave it off afterwards. But do that. Bring the pencil out. You know what I'm saying? The pencil looks bad.
See what the world says. See what the world says.
Yeah, it ain't ready to come back. When The Rock had them pork
Everything,
chop sideburns, don't bring that back either. You know what I'm saying? Like all certain styles ain't meant to
everything
be
comes
back.
back around. Everything come back around. The pencil line's coming back. I'm calling it here. Episode 131.
You probably will, man. Unfortunately,
But you know
but
what? We're
it
gonna talk
won't be
about some
our
other
generation
things.
though, because our
Yeah,
generation hates millennials. It'll be the generation after that.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever they
Because right now
call
we're
Gen
having a
Alpha.
big disconnect. We're having a big
Yeah,
disconnect when it comes to like
Gen
these
Alpha will want to be us because Gen Z wants to be
the
Gen
generation before.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It always skips a generation. Always skips a
yeah.
generation.
Yeah, it is what it is though. But look, man, what you smoking on this week?
Man, I'm smoking on a brand that you introduced me to. I don't know if you meant to introduce me to it, but you sent it to me in a gift pack. It was Man of War. You sent me a
Mhm.
nice Man of War gift pack. I think for my birthday a couple years back, and I got a hold of it, and I was like, I respect this. I respected it. It had a nice little smoky type of flavor, and it really gave me something to look forward to outside of my normal palate. So, Man of War is where we're visiting today, the Abomination. And so far, in that same vein of that smokiness, and I like it. I like it. I like it. It's a little spicy, so you gotta be
See,
ready for
that's
the
the
spice.
thing. It
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah. You gotta be ready
consistency,
for
the
that smokiness
smokiness.
and that
Because every
spicy.
time you've had it, it had the smokiness to it.
And it's right there. So the flavor profile, all the way to the red, about as red as it can get. Wrapper San Andreas, origin Nicaraguan, binder Habano, and filler Nicaraguan. So that's where we're at with the Man of War Abomination. Abomination. It's a cigar that'll wake you up. I'll tell you that much for sure.
So this
Got
is
me perking.
Man of War can really be your smoky go-to cigar. So like you know how like
Yeah,
we
I
get
think
the
so.
urge for spice, we get the urge for
Yeah,
smokiness and light
yeah.
and darker wrappers. You know that would be your thing.
I think so. I think so. I found myself liking to smoke this one for that particular flavor. I know there's a couple other ones that fall in that vein, like your Diesel, your Whiskey Rose, your Kentucky
Right, right, right.
Fire Cured or whatever. Those fall into
Yeah.
that same line. But I think Man of War so far has done it the best, in my opinion, so far.
That's dope. That's dope. Uh, did you give us the what it's made up of?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a rundown. So rapper San Andreas,
Oh
origin
yeah, yeah, you did.
Nicaraguan,
You did. You did. You said it.
binder
You said it.
Habano, and filler Nicaraguan.
Yeah, I remember that. My fault. With that being said, I'm gonna jump into what I got. I got Monte Cristo, Espada, Oscuro, boom, and this is what it had on prior to that.
Yeah, that beautiful band. And if I'm not
That
mistaken,
beautiful
that's
band.
the Placencia and Monte Cristo marriage, right?
That
Okay.
is the it's blended by Grupo de Maestros in Dominican Republic and made in Nicaragua by the Placencia family. I'll give you
Mm.
a rundown, and then I want to double back to that. Let me see. Now, this right here is, let's see, is Habano wrapper. We got Nicaraguan origin and Nicaraguan binder and Colombian, Dominican, and Nicaraguan filler on that. So
Colombia.
we got a little blend
Colombia.
on that.
The Colombiana.
Yeah, man. Now you mentioned that you stole my thunder a little bit when you mentioned that it was Placencia because I did want to use that to springboard into my next point, but we'll double back anyway and still go to it, man.
Yeah, 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 for
So
sure.
Placencia being partnered with this cigar and working with them made me remember the fact that I went to this cigar spot probably about 3 weeks ago, and I was talking to the guy, and I saw a brand I didn't recognize, and I was like, I just immediately asked him without thinking. I was like, "Who's behind this?" because
Mhm.
my thought process was kind of, I'm sure this is somebody I'm familiar with behind this. And he ended up naming, he was like, yeah, this is so and so. He used to be with JC Newman. He went on his own and now he's doing this and he's partnered with, who was it? He said he was partnered with Distribution Through Davidoff is what they were
Oh,
doing.
okay, okay, okay.
And I thought to myself, and I'm pardon me for not remembering the name of the actual cigar that he created at this point in
Mhm.
time. It slipped my mind is the name of his company because it's brand new. I never seen it before
Yeah.
that day. But anyway, I thought to myself, I don't like Newman enough to give it a shot. I'm sure if you were behind their cigars, whatever, even Davidoff made me think about it. But I thought to myself, Davidoff is just distributing this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just distribution. They ain't
Yeah.
necessarily
Then
doing
they,
the
they're
blend.
not even doing the
That's
quality checks. They're not making sure the tobacco is Davidoff
yeah,
quality. They just mostly behind the putting the cigars out.
yeah. So the name almost made me grab it when I heard Davidoff was connected to it, but I had to think to myself. I was like, nah, it's gonna be
No,
more of
they
a
ain't got their
Newman
hands.
cigar
They
than
ain't
a
got their
Davidoff.
hands in tobacco leaves. They just making sure
Mm-hmm.
that it can get out. And for most people, they wouldn't even know that the name Davidoff is connected to it if it had not been for somebody saying it's distributed by Davidoff.
Right. So that made me not buy that cigar after that when I found out who was originally connected
Yeah,
to. But my point behind saying that story is it made me just think to myself, we see these new companies pop up, but nobody's new in this game.
for the
It's
most part,
everybody
yeah,
just spinning off doing their own independent thing now
yeah,
and
a bunch of
rebranding
spinoffs.
under a new company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
what
it's like
publicity was. That's
so and
what
so used
publicity
to
was.
work for this one, so and so used to do the blends for
Mm-hmm.
this company. They used to do this, and now they
They broke
decided to
off and
create
they're
their
doing their
own.
own thing. Yeah, yeah.
It really
But
it makes you reminds you how small this industry is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's just the
yeah, yeah,
same
yeah.
people creating
But
new
you know what's
names.
dope about it? Like if you liken it to music and you think about like how music is, and you have a bunch of spinoffs of you look at back in the day when you could look at an album and see who was this producer or who wrote this, who wrote that, and then that writer becomes an artist themselves, and then this producer becomes this. It's all like
Yeah,
it's a tree that branches off. Cigar line's the same thing. It's the same thing.
yeah,
Everybody with somebody else who was somebody with somebody else, and they just keep branching off and starting to do their own thing and doing it hopefully the way they think that they feel cigars should be curated. Now, are they going to be on point every single time? Or are they going to be hit or miss? Yeah, we seen that with the Alec Bradley brothers. You know what I'm saying? That they thought they
yeah.
had it, branched off to try to do their own thing, and won it, on it.
That's
But
true.
it's cool to
But
see. But it's cool to see how the industry operates, though.
for me, I think it'd be a lot sexier if it was some new people coming into it. Now, it makes me
Mhm.
feel a lot more secure with my dollar that it's the same people because now I know I can kind of have a certain degree of trust. If I trust this company, then I can trust the new company. But
You
at the
hope, yeah.
same time, it would be a lot more attractive to know some new people coming in with some new ideas. You know what I'm saying? And then I can
True.
expect something different versus what you did
Seeing
over there, you just
same
doing
old,
for
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, yeah, I got this winning formula. I got it from over here. We're gonna put it into play over here, and then almost getting the same thing. Like you seen that. I'm pretty sure you've seen that a lot. To where it's like, well, if you like this cigar, well, you're gonna like this one. This is like the a poor man's version of the Liga, or
Yeah.
this is the if you like Liga, this is it, but it's just half the price, and it's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
pretty much the same thing. You get a lot of that. You do get a lot of that. But like you said, it would be nice to have somebody break into the industry and then start to really create a name for themselves outside the normal families and companies that's already in.
Yeah.
That would be explosive to start seeing. That would be very explosive. But what does it take? Like, is the cigar industry gate being like is there a gatekeeper? You think there would
I
be a
think it
gatekeeper for the tobacco world?
I
Because
think
I'm
it's a
saying
gatekeeper.
if I'm Rocky, I'm trying to protect my realm. This is
Right.
cigar world. You gotta come through Rocky before you get in the game. You gotta come through Drew and them before you when you come in the game.
Yeah. I think this industry can't help but have a gatekeeper element to it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just because you're there's a limitation on where you can get your tobacco farm, who you can partner with it, tobacco farms that can mass
Yeah,
produce tobacco for you. So I
yeah.
think with that being said alone, it automatically brings that element in. You have to get with one of the big companies to get started. and then from there you go. But is it even more gate kept than that? Probably, you know what I'm saying?
Probably.
Because
I
now
would.
distribution is needed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I got to partner with another big company. Before you know it, I'm just doing my own version of what everybody else is now because I got
Yeah.
my leads from the same place everybody got.
I
How many
I just slapped a new
combinations
band on it.
work as
Yeah,
far as
I just slapped a new
blends?
band on it. Slapped a new band,
Essentially,
and
essentially,
that's it.
and got so and so to put it out for me. Come on, David, I'll put this out for me. You know what I'm saying?
It would be
So
interesting. It would be interesting if two brothers who had a podcast eventually was able to put together their own cigar line and
I know,
cultivate their own tobaccos somewhere
yeah.
in Central America. You
Yeah, if
know,
they could just take
it
some
would be.
trips to Central America and visit some places that give a small farm a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus
You know what I'm
big
saying?
farms.
It'll be cool to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Some really dope brothers who run a podcast with
yeah.
a new cigar line that's explosive in the industry.
It'd be great. It'd be great to see, man. It'd be great to see people support it when it comes out too. But time will tell, right? You know
Time
what I'm
will tell.
saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
man, yeah, man, that's the cigar game for us, though, man.
Speaking of time would tell, time also tells us some things. Time
Hmm.
tells us when it's time to be phased out, and for you to realize that you're not what it used to be. Times have changed, times have moved on, and sometimes so should you. Speaking of an incident that happened about 2 weeks now, 2 weeks now, where it was the BET Awards and Wale, who's an artist that I'm really fond of, was part of the MMG crew, and what I'm saying, we were behind the movement back in the day. It was self-made was a big thing. It was a big mantra for
Yeah,
I know for myself for sure, and I'm pretty sure for you. But that was what 15 years,
yeah, about
about
that.
15 years ago, maybe even longer. And Wale has an incident where he runs into the new generation, the Kai Cenat,
Yeah,
Kai Cenat, whatever his name is, and he does his live streams, and he's a huge personality when it comes to how many followers and fans and interactions that he gets, and he's the man right now. Live streaming world is the wave, and if you're doing a live stream and you're in the social media world, not that you're acting, doing music or whatever it is, like you live stream, those are the big celebrities now, and he's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in the moment. And he has his running with Wale and treats Wale like
a fan.
average Joe off the street, a fan. Yeah. Like you coming to see me, like looking at
Yeah,
Wale, like ain't nobody coming to see you. I'm the show. So like, who are you? Pretty much. He didn't come. He didn't say that to him, but he just had a casual interaction with him. Like, this is somebody who's coming to recognize me because I'm who I am. I'm this major streaming guy. Oh, what up? Oh, and then come to find out, oh, he is somebody in the industry, somebody big, somebody who has a following, who's somebody who has fans. And it's like, never heard of you though. Fast forward, Wale has an interaction with him, like, man, you got me looking crazy on your live stream. Little emotional, wearing his emotion on the sleeve a little bit,
like
like the fact
always.
that, like always, a little extra emotional. But it's like, okay, he didn't recognize you, and he's one of the biggest in his realm. His fans recognize you though, and kind of squared him away. But at the same time, look, if people don't recognize you, they don't recognize you. Your time is you've had your run. You think about a sports player. They play 15 years in the league, they go retire. The new generation is watching the new ballers play. They know the Lonzo Balls and not Lonzo. No, yeah, who's the youngest, the young brother, the young ball brother.
Lamelo.
Yeah, not Melo. Yeah,
He
Melo,
the
Melo. Yeah,
youngest.
yeah, Lamelo. That's the one everybody's on. Or you got your Ant Mans and people like that. That's the focus. They don't know who Glenn Robinson is. They
Yeah,
don't know who they might not even know who Steve Nash is. They might see Steve Nash in the street and be like,
Right.
Old random white dude with long hair.
Yeah.
Who are you?
That's a tall white guy. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Now realizing that that's a MVP caliber, or not caliber, but
He's
MVP
a
of the
legend
NBA at
player.
one
Yeah, he's
point.
an
It's a
MVP.
legend,
Yeah.
and it's okay. It's okay for your run to be over, or for you not to be at the top of your run anymore, and not be recognized and realize who you are. It's okay to be antique. It's okay to be put on the antique shelf and looked at as somebody we recognize that they might have done something, but people might not be as familiar with what that antique is. It's okay. It's okay to relinquish it and fall into the antique realm. But I feel like this last generation is having a hard time giving up that mode of I'm antique now. Let me just do what I do as far as who I am with my niche following and be cool with it and be okay with it. Generations before, I don't think they had a problem with that as much as this last generation who had a hot run for them to fall out and sit on that antique shelf.
Hard to say, bro, because we didn't have access to the last generation when they had to transition as much.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
true,
saying?
true. And they
So
didn't have
it
the
is hard
ability
to
to
say.
interact on a like live platforms in the moment
Yeah.
to express those feelings. So maybe you're
Yeah.
right.
So they
Maybe
they
you're
could
right.
expose those insecurities that now people are able to expose because we just have access to seeing so much of them and behind the scenes stuff with them. Like
Good point.
I get it now. You and I, you know, us being in the 40 plus club. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
being a little further into it than me, but both being in the 40 plus club, you being a lot further into it than me. But I just want to make the point that I understand how these guys in their 30s could not be ready to accept that they're what they are to others, because you have your perception of yourself, then you have the perception of how the world perceives you, and those are not the same, and you
It
have
don't
no
always
control
add
over
up.
that.
It does
And
not
yeah,
always add
so
up.
if I was 35-year-old me, like is that about roughly Wale, 35, 36 probably? You know what I'm
I think
saying?
he's 40. I think he's 40.
Is he? Even
I
worse.
think Wale is
Okay.
40.
Well, let's just say he's 37 or 38. You know what I'm saying? Like a Drake or a Kendrick or a Cole. I think Cole 39. You know, they all in that little ballpark right up underneath us, a few years behind us.
Wale is 40.
When
He'll
we
be
were
41 in
going through,
September.
he'd be 41 in September.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, boy, Wale, my age. Uh,
Yeah.
so you got to get over that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get over that. You got to come to terms with it, man. Like, ultimately, you don't
J.
ever
Cole is
feel as
40.
old as he already turned 40.
J.
See, I knew
Cole's
he was
already
around. I
40.
knew he was around 39 last time
Drake
I
is
heard. So
38.
okay, yeah. You don't. Hey, look, man. You're not gonna feel old, but these young heads, they gonna look at you like you old. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
old to them. Like when you become 35, 35 don't feel that old. You like, oh
They don't.
shoot,
Yeah.
you know, you still feel the same as like when you was 27, but at 35, you're pretty close to middle age. You ain't guaranteed a whole lot more time beyond that. Like, I mean, as
So,
far as doubling the time, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's
yeah, 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 yeah.
pretty close to
You're
the
you're
halfway
you're
mark.
you're
Like
you're at the halfway, if not further than the halfway, depending on
your
your
health and the
lifestyle.
other factors. Yeah, your
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. So, um, I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. You got to come to terms with it, man. I remember when I was like 23, and I had like one of my homeboys that was 27, and he would go to the club with us, and I'd be like, "Dang, buddy, too old
Are
to
you
be
in the
out here with
club?
us partying like this."
You're only 27.
He was 4 years older than me. He was 27, but I just was
Yeah.
looking at him like he shouldn't be acting that way at that age. And then I got 27, and I had like coworkers and stuff. They would invite me out, and they were 23, and they gave me the same treatment. And I was like, this is karma. You know what I'm saying? I earned this. I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm not that old. Y'all keep trying to play me like I'm too old to be doing this with
Like,
y'all.
dog,
Like, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
only
Why stop
27,
inviting me if
man.
you think I'm so old? Like, but
But
that's
that is crazy though. Like at 27, somebody who's 21, 22, they looking at you like, dang, big dog, why you still in the club? And with
just
hindsight
27.
looking back now, at the age we are, 27, that's
You
young.
still ain't
That's
got
a
it figured
baby.
out yet.
and you still got to figure it
Yeah,
out. You still got some cognitive development that's happening in your
yeah,
mind state
yeah.
that nah,
I'm still not
actually,
fully mature yet.
yeah.
As
So
a
being in
man,
that
anyway. You know what
realm,
I'm saying?
it's still technically acceptable looking down at that age than looking up at that age. Like you still got your youth. You still got your youth. You still in it.
Yeah. Somebody got to be about 32 for me before I start like kind of respecting them as an adult. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything beneath that age is still kind of like,
Yeah,
you got some growing up to do still. I still look at them like they got some growing up to do. When they
going up
hit
to do.
32, I'm like, starting to look at them like, all right, you should start having some stuff understood at this age. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
that's how
Yeah,
I'm looking at them. I ain't
yeah.
looking at them like they
Because
got it all the way
even at
together,
even at
but you
30,
should
even at
start having it
30,
together.
you still have remnants of your 20s still all on you. Like you said, 30 by 32, you should be shedding all those remnants of your 20s.
You should be getting focused, if not focused already. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because around
So like
30, you
so you
start thinking about like, oh, I'm
start
30, I
thinking
should
about it.
focus.
And
Yeah,
you're starting to rev it up. Okay, now I need to start cleaning some things up and start
yeah,
shifting a little bit. But you still gonna have those remnants of being young
yeah.
20 something on you.
Because soon as you turn 30, you like, oh, snap, I don't feel no different. And you continue life as normal. But then you
Hmm.
start thinking about that new decade and like, you let society tell you should start changing. So at 30, you start being like, all right, let me clean this. And then it'll take a little while to get there. And that's why I say
Now,
about 32, you should
because
start.
society will correct you.
Yeah,
Like, hey, bro, you 31. Why you still acting like this? Why you still doing this? Come on,
yeah.
man. Come on, man.
And then
Life
you
life
start
will
working on
life
it.
will life will correct you, or
Right.
you'll end up like Jim Jones.
You could end up like Jim Jones, man. You could end up like Jimmy. Jimmy is out here, man. I seen him in a situation where he was performing and they just was like, hey, bro, the crowd is going to sleep. You gotta come off the stage, bro. And he
Like,
did
come on.
not look like he was happy about it. He was still in his vamp life attire, and it was '06 out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But he
he,
was an
he, still,
old
he,
man
he,
on
he still he
stage.
still balling.
Yeah, he was an old
Well,
man
you
out
ain't
there
you
with
ain't
his
you ain't
white
balling like
hair.
you used to. Nah, he
And the records don't mean what they used to the crowd that you probably
I don't.
performing for. They
Yeah.
just hear a hip, a hop, a hippie to the hippie, and you out there
Like, now this is a
bowling.
classic.
And it ain't,
This used to tear the clubs up back in the day.
yeah, it ain't the
Back in the
same
day.
Sonics as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so they want to hear that's what they
Like
want to
what?
hear when you ain't
That's what
got
they want to
that.
hear. It makes sense to them. But I seen him on I can't remember whose podcast he was on. But he was talking about his interaction with Shannon Sharp on Shannon Ocho's Nightcap, and I guess he got challenged to some kind of physical like gym like showdown or whatever. And he was saying, nah, Shannon Sharp, he old. I'm like, huh, wait. Shannon Sharp was like probably like 50, what, 3, whatever. And Jim Jones is 48. And he
Yeah,
calling
you
Shannon,
right behind
you
them.
old?
That's your age
No,
group.
bro. Yeah, that's your age bracket. That's pretty much your age
Yeah.
bracket, homeboy.
Yeah, y'all was both in the spotlight, the limelight at the same time, bro. Whether you realize it or not, he
Yeah.
was still in the NFL when balling was going on. Y'all was,
He was not when you was in horse and carriage video with Cam, he playing for the Broncos, winning chips.
mhm,
You was run or starting your run, and he was in the middle of his run.
yeah,
Y'all are the
middle of his run
same.
while Dipset was popping. Y'all was around the same time, bro. Like,
So he's like, nah, Shannon don't want to see me in the gym. He too old. Bro, you old. You
yeah, you don't
old.
see all that white hair in your face and cornrows you holding on to, bro. Just hey, look, man, we gotta and look. I don't mind. Uh, we all still got life to live, regardless of what
Mhm.
age group you in. But you do have to start learning to be with your age bracket at a certain point. I'm
Yeah.
at a stage now where I really want the young folks to have it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have y'all thing and y'all do what you want with it, but just don't speak on our thing no more. And I won't speak on yours. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's cool. Like if you didn't live the music that we went through that we call classics, don't go back to it later on and be like, this was whack. You know what I'm saying? Because you weren't there for the moment to experience it. Don't tell me the 80s and 90s is over and you didn't live it to know the times and to
Yeah.
know what it meant in the moment in real time. And now I'm here during your era real time, but maybe I don't connect with it like you do. So I'll give you that
I don't.
pass.
So here's the thing. What I agree with what should happen, like you mentioned, we don't speak on theirs, and I think a lot of times what happens is our generation does speak on the youth a little too much instead of
Yeah.
let them just enjoy the time, enjoy where they're at, because we're technically not living their moment either. Just like they didn't live our moment. They don't know what it was like when Ether came out. They don't know what it felt like when Hypnotized was on the radio running hot. They don't realize they don't understand those moments and what that meant to us. Same way they don't understand our moments in the 90s, early 2000s, whatever, or what the club felt like when Excuse Me Miss came on. You know what I'm saying? Like what that felt like,
Whatever it is, yeah.
or whatever. We don't understand what it feels like when they in the club doing the hip tap.
Sean Paul, some of that.
Yeah. When Wayne Wonder came on, you know,
it don't mean nothing to you like it might mean to us, and that's fine. But your records, I hear them in the car. I'm still around. I'm still young enough to have an ear for music and what I think is good music. But my ear may be too old sonically to connect with what y'all got going on, and I'm not in the clubs to be able to say what that record means in the clubs. You know what I'm saying? So you got it. You tell me what you think about your stuff. I'll tell you what I think about my stuff.
We're not feeling their moment.
Yeah. But we ain't living each other's moment, like you say. So, you tell me, we can talk music, but you talk about your era, and I'll kind of keep most of my thoughts to myself. You know what I'm saying? But if one of us get to talk about both eras, it's
hard,
me.
I tell you.
But if one of us do get to speak on both, it's us. They don't get to speak on both because you ain't lived both. I've lived both, but not quite as extreme as yours. So, I can have my old ears and be like,
experience their moment, not how they experience their moment.
Yeah, from a distance.
Yeah, but they never experienced our moment. But at a distance, we get to at least see and witness what they're experiencing. I know what Glorilla sounds like. I hear it, but just to me, it just doesn't sound good when she's rapping. But everybody love Glow. But I can't really say much about it. But at the same time, I still can hear what I'm hearing, and it still.
You're not fair though. You're not a fair person to say that. Because Glow actually is
our moment back in the day either.
You wouldn't have liked Glow back in the day either. And Glow is actually more like a throwback artist. She from that 2006 crunk era. Like, you know what I'm saying? She kind of like some Crime Mob. She like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could have dropped her off back then and she would have fit in. So.
And I still wouldn't have liked it.
You know who she is? She like the female Rich Boy. You remember Rich Boy?
Yeah, I remember Rich Boy.
Rich Boy selling crack, real wanna. She like that.
Throw some
Yeah, that dude. You say you feel like who's better?
I didn't like that either. But what's crazy is I feel like Rich Boy's better, a better rapper than Glorilla. Not by much, but still better.
An argument can be made, but
I think she sucks. Okay, I think she sucks. I'm going on record and say I think she sucks. I don't like it. It doesn't sound good.
Okay,
like
is she one of the better of the females? Is she one of the better of the females?
No, they all suck. So? Ice Spice sucks. Sexy Red sucks. I'm not talking about Megan Thee Stallion. I'm talking about after, like, post Megan Thee Stallion.
Lotto.
I feel like Lotto had some talent, but I don't think she uses her talent.
I agree with that.
I feel like she had talent or has talent, but doesn't use. She plays.
She undershoots it a little bit, downplays it to fit in.
Yeah, to fit into the realm. So I'm not going to say more so her because I feel like she has talent, but she's just not exercising the talent.
I agree with that. I can see that point. Yeah, but bro, man, let's get into a little halfway review of some of these cigars, man.
Okay. Well, let me talk about this Man of War real quick. So the Man of War, the spice it's died down. It's gotten a whole lot smoother, a whole lot cooler. but still got that mesquite taste, and I like it, man. Like I feel like I'm at the barbecue pit right now. This is definitely me on the grill while I'm grilling, enjoying the steak. This is what this is made for sure, for sure. I don't know why Man of War decides to do this, but they do it, and they do it fine. I mean, so far so good. It's, it's smoking fast though. It's smoking fast. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
but it's a good ride.
Okay, that's what it is, man. Well, I got this is where I'm at with mine. Decent
Decent
ash
structure,
on it, you know what I'm saying?
nice ash.
Yeah,
You told my ash
yeah.
was going early.
Yeah, yours went early. But this is Placencia working with Monte Cristo. So, this
What you
$21
gonna
stick.
get?
They better do it right. You know what I'm
What you gonna
saying?
get?
With that being said, though, man, this cigar, man, has been a nice little balanced stick, man. It's got this different nuances to it, man. A little complex, man. You get a little sweetness in the mix. You get some spices in the mix. So I'm getting a little combination of the two.
Mhm.
It's got some woodiness to it. I'm picking up on. Then you got as far as your spice, you get like more like cooking spices type stuff, like ginger and
Mhm.
gingerbread more so. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That
Okay.
sweetness of like gingerbread snaps and even a little cinnamon. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting some of that. Uh, Kind of creamy stick. You know what I'm saying? Medium to
Yeah.
full
Yeah. Yeah.
body. So it's been a nice little ride, man. It's been pleasurable. Been easy on me.
Okay.
What I was looking for. It ain't been nothing too
That's what you were
crazy.
looking
So
for. That's what you were looking for.
yeah. Yeah, and like you say, the construction is good. The draw's been excellent. I hadn't had to relight. This thing been burning the whole time. Mighty good stick so far, man.
Okay.
Compliments
I
to
mean,
both companies.
only what I would expect from a Monte Cristo that has some aid with Placencia. So I mean,
Yeah.
I expected it. I would be hard pressed and disappointed to find out that it wasn't like that.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So far so good on both ends. Hey man, but we were kind of talking about age a little bit and age appropriateness. But on the other end of it, when you get to a certain age, you get to that point of you really don't care no more. You really don't care.
Nah.
A little
No.
cranky, a little set in your way, a little stubborn, a lot stubborn. And you start to say whatever you want to say, regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just feel like you're just at that age to where I'm gonna just let it fly. And you know what? Honestly, I can't wait till I get to that age. That I really
Yeah.
don't feel like I gotta bite my tongue for nothing, for nobody, nowhere. And we got a president that's doing the just that. Not that he's been shot to the hold his tongue before, but even more so now. Like some of the things that he was used to say didn't sound very presidential, and
Right.
he's crossing the line even further now. Like if we didn't think that he can cross the line anymore, he's definitely he's playing hopscotch right now. He hopping over line after line after line. It's like just whatever,
At them
throwing out
lines,
F.
you know what I'm saying? Just
F them
just
lines. Yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. Throwing out them F bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about Iran and Israel. Like they don't know what the F they doing. Bleep bleep bleep. Like yo,
Hey, here we go. Here we go.
you got the audio?
You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. You understand that?
And
Yeah, you played the
I
you played the
gave the
detail
edited
version.
version.
The edited
Yeah, I gave
version.
the edited version because we a family show around here. You know what I'm saying? If I
Yeah,
don't get to drop no F bombs, then Donnie don't get to drop no F
Donnie don't
bombs
get
on
to
the
do it
show.
either.
But
But
he
yo,
did say it. It's the unedited version is out there. You know what I'm saying? So they
like
don't care.
I never thought that we would be to the point like we got the president talking like that to media in real time. Like
Yeah,
he really don't care. He really don't
he
care.
don't care.
He's like, hey, look,
Yeah.
I'm the president. I done got away with this and that. I can do what I want. I can say what I want. Who
Hey,
gonna
you know
stop
what
me?
though? In fairness to him, it ain't like he ain't said the F bomb on TV before. You know what I'm saying? It's
Has he?
just now he got a new job.
Oh yes, we do. Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah. As the president,
as
you
the
know what I'm saying?
president. Yeah, he might not have done it as the president, but I mean, he talked a lot of mess on his TV on his reality
Oh
show. You
yeah,
know what
for
I'm saying?
sure,
Like
for sure.
so to hear him use foul language is not new, but
But
at work we didn't hear
as
him
it
say it.
pertains to diplomacy as it pertains to talking about other
Yeah,
nations.
yeah.
He all about
That's
he all about
different.
the trash talk, like the heavy-handed trash talk right now.
Yeah.
Even the country he's supporting and the country that he's against. It's like they don't know
He
what the hell they
talking the way
doing.
I talk when I watch my kids argue, and I'm like, man, y'all arguing over what? That's really how he coming off, like a
Mhm.
like a cranky old parent that's just sick of his kids arguing over some whatever the things, building blocks. That's the word I'm trying to say. God
Yeah.
knows I'm getting old. My brain ain't putting the words together quick enough. But yeah, it's
You know
we
what?
at
I
a
found
new
myself
stage,
doing that a
man.
lot. I found myself doing that a lot. So I instruct and I teach, right? And I'll be in the middle of teaching. I'll be like, I know what I want to say. And I try to make a joke out of it when I'm talking to my students. You know, they all young, most of them teens and 18, 19, 20, young 20s, maybe some young
Yeah.
30s. And I'll be in the middle, I'm like, I'll be talking, I'll be going, good. I'll have a good run. And every now and then, I'm like, what's the word I'm trying to say? Let's get low. Like, it'd be a simple word too. It'd be something simple I'm trying to explain. Like, what is that
Like
word I'm
building
trying to
blocks.
say? Like building block. Like, yo, I'm losing it up here. I know they got to
You
be
know
sitting
what's
back like, yo,
crazy about
this
it
man
is
old and
though?
see now.
See, talking is something we take for granted
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know nobody else's process. I only know my own process, but I really don't think ahead of time. I trust that I have a feeling and I trust what comes out will express it. It's a lot of
Yeah,
trust involved in talking for me. I'm not thinking it through all the time. I know
yeah.
stuff that I want to say and I got an idea what I want to say, but it ain't like I'm sitting around going, all right, now
Boom,
talk.
now
You know what
say
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's a lot of trust involved. And now I'm getting to the point where I can't trust the trust anymore, where it's just like, oh Lord, the word might just run out on me. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
I'm going off this trust process and then I'm drawing a blank and like, oh snap. This is where it pays off to be prepared for what you're about to say because I can't remember the word
It's like,
in
yo,
the moment.
why does this word escape me? And it could be like the simplest word, and I just don't got it. So now I can understand Trump a lot of times when he's having his speeches and he's talking and he's using very, very simple, plain language. Yeah, they're very, 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 very good people. Very, very bad, very, very bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no need to overcomplicate what it is I'm trying to say.
Right. Get straight
Even
to
the
the point
simplest word can be
because
overcomplicated
everybody's
sometimes.
watching. Yeah, and I'm not about to play myself out here. Vocabulary run out on me in the middle of a sentence because I'm trying to say something unique. Get that. Straight to
Get
the
that.
point. Efficient language.
And you know what? When you become of age, a certain age, why not just say whatever? Just get comfortable with saying whatever. Whatever flies out is whatever flies out. It's gonna be fun when I get to that point. I can be that old cranky guy, just saying whatever I want to say, just letting whatever fly, with no hesitancy of repercussion of whatever. Bro, I'm almost up out of here. Who cares? Who cares? I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say. My great grandma got to that point before she passed. She was just let whatever fly. Like, grandma, can't believe you said that.
You know the interesting thing about it,
I didn't know
right?
you. I didn't know you talk like that.
Well, see, my grandma did the opposite. She
Mm-hmm.
got all that out in her young years, and then she became a sweet old lady when she was older. And it's
Yeah,
just like y'all don't even know who she was, man. She would lay into you, like you know what I'm saying. Like she could cuss you out with the best of them.
yeah,
And then she just old church lady. Now that she old, you know, y'all look at her like she's sweet and she just giggle and everybody. She don't talk back or make no jokes. It's like my
yeah.
grandma, man,
I
could
think it might be
clown like back in the
on
day.
opposite sides. Like you might have held your tongue for so many years that when you get to a certain age, it's like, all right, it's what it no filter, no nothing. It's on.
Yeah.
Or it could be the opposite. Okay, I done said everything I need to say. Nah, I can chill and I can be
You just
sweet
lose
now.
your fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. You got it. You got it.
It got crazy to see her at a certain stage because I remember what she was like. And then everybody around her in her life, like her grandkids and stuff, they all get older and now they mess with her in ways
Mm-hmm.
that they would have never been able to get off back in the day.
Yeah,
And she
she wasn't having that.
just smile and take it. I'm talking about now, not now
Yeah,
when she's passed now, but when she got older to a certain age, she just smiled and take it. It's like, they're still teasing and picking with her the way she would have did. Like she would like be mean. She would play with you mean, pick at you mean. You know what I'm saying? But like be joking and stuff. But she could really do it well.
Yeah.
And now it's
She
just
she cutting with her tongue.
She knew how to cut, you know, and people now it's just like, hey, doing it to her and she ain't got it no more to respond. But back in the day, you'd have never tried that with her.
You never tried it. You would have never tried that. You because you know what was coming right back to you if you would have tried it.
Yeah, you knew you was going to end up in
you can't handle that. You can't match that energy. Can't match it.
So I wonder, man, like you said, maybe you get to the point where you've held it for so long you don't anymore. I wonder, like you said, you don't worry about repercussions. It makes me think to myself, as a man who's always had to deal with the possibility of repercussions, I find it hard to get to the age where I can defend myself the least, where I stop caring about it. It's a strange, ironic place to be, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
because very early on, we learn as men, you say something out of line, it could lead to a fight. You know what I'm saying? You figure that out quick.
Or worse, or could end up in.
Yeah, or worse. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really prepared for worse, you probably shouldn't run your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't really a thing that guys do frivolously, just running their mouth, not expecting some consequence.
Yeah.
So it's just ironic that you get to an age and you like, you know what? I can't defend myself no more, but I'm gonna run my mouth. That's the one thing I am gonna do.
That's my defense mechanism. I can run my mouth now. I can do that. And what you gonna do? You gonna hurt an old man? You know what it is? You gonna hurt a 70-plus-year-old man? You want to hurt me?
We become like women once we get old. Maybe that's what it is, you know, because women go through their whole life where they just no concern of repercussion. They say freely what they want to say because they're not accustomed to this leading to fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? But with guys, we expect that. And then when we get older, we like, okay, I'm an old man. You ain't gonna hit an old man, are you? Because women can be like, you ain't gonna hit a woman, are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they can play that. So now we finally got something where we feel somewhat safe from getting punched in the face. But they'll still punch an old man in the face. You know what I'm saying? But
with this generation now, ain't no telling, ain't no honor for the elders is something that is fleeting. That is something that we are starting to lose a lot of. I have noticed that. Whether it's in my line of work or just that you see in regular interactions with people, that people are kind of losing a little compassion for elderly. Like they don't care who you are now. I'm not saying it's like that, but you can see the tide changing a little bit. Like before, that's Mr. So and so or Miss So and so. All right, that's just them. They're gonna pop off at the mouth. They might be a little rude. Yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
You let them have it.
Yeah, you let them have it. But now I can see it get to a point to by the time that we are of that age that you probably won't even care no more.
Yeah, there's an older guy in my neighborhood that's on the HOA board, and he was asking this dude to move his car because of the way he had it parked illegally, and this dude laid into him, man. It was just drawing a big crowd out in the neighborhood, and I was walking my dog at the time. Yeah, and I was just like, "Oh man, I'm sick of you, old man." And they started getting close to each other, and I was coming down the road right there towards the altercation, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have to save this old man." And I was just thinking to myself, this is where I'm bad. I didn't want to be bothered with it because the HOA dude be getting on my nerves too. But I'm from the cloth. You let him have it. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, am I about to turn around so I ain't got to be the one to stop this? You know what I'm saying? And go the other way because I don't really want to get involved in this right now. But I was the young male that was out there. It was just a bunch of women sitting around watching and a bunch of older people and kids.
So you would have had to be the one to actually intervene and step in.
I'd have had to been the one to get this.
But you didn't want to be bothered
off this old man, you know. And it's just like I didn't come for this. I came for peace on my walk. But it goes to the fact he just kept calling him an old man, and then the old man turned around and his wife was out there, and he turned. He said, "Oh man," he thought that's what he said to his woman. "You hear him? He calling me old man." Yeah, bro, you an old man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be offended by it. But at the same time, why throw that at him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why you going back and forth with this old man like that? You all right.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're wrong anyway. You really shouldn't be parked this way instead of being offended.
And he was in the wrong. Come on,
He was a
man.
dog, you know what I'm saying? He just didn't want to hear that
That's
mouth. You know what I'm saying?
what I'm saying. Like not we, but generations coming in. I think that their tolerance for older people is not what it used to be. No honor in it, man. No honor. No honor.
And, you know, everything that we had to look forward to, we lose it, man. We losing Social Security. We losing just the respect of being old. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everything that you thought you was gonna get when you became old, off the
All
table.
the person gonna be
All
gone.
the person old age is gone, man. You just gonna, you might as well
Ain't gonna be no
go
senior
early the way
citizen
it's gonna be.
discounts anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat at the buffet for half price.
Right. The discounts ain't gonna be worth it because you ain't got SSI anyway. You know, they done got rid of, they gonna get rid of that in the 30s by the time we old enough to have it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Dang, so I ain't got nothing to look forward to getting old. I might just stay out the way, get old and stay out the way.
Or we can leave America. You know, at the end of the day, I'm sure this is an American thing we complaining about.
Ooh, got me. That daggone Ash, boy. You losing ratings on that. I'm gonna have to drop you. I was gonna give you a 4. Now this cigar got that's down to a 3.2 immediately.
Man of war. That was a wartime act that it gave you.
That was a war tactic right there. Boy, that joint hit my hand and yeah, don't cut this. Don't cut this out.
I ain't cutting none of it out. Even that stuff in the middle that we messed up. I'm leaving all that in here.
Hey, we keep it real. We keep it raw.
But man, we can get into the reviews, man. Let's go ahead and review these cigars, man.
Yeah, this is a bad time for Man of War to get a review, but you about to get it now.
No. I'll go first then, man.
Let
to
me
give
cool
it a
down.
break.
Let me cool off. Let me cool off.
I'm gonna let you cool off, man, because I ain't had nothing to do with the cigar. That was all on you, man. I'm sure you're moving around and stuff, man. But for the Monte Cristo Espada Oscuro, excuse me, this cigar right here is a very well constructed cigar. It had a great draw on it. It also, excuse me, it was a very balanced cigar while also giving me a lot of different complex notes. You know what I'm saying? As far as just, if I felt a lot of different little changes along the way, and I didn't even get all the way throughout it. You know what I'm saying? This is how far I got into it. So it was doing a significant amount for me. It had the gingerbread notes that I picked up on earlier. It had the cinnamon. It had even a little pepper in the mix. It had some woodiness. It had some coffee notes. It was a very creamy, medium body cigar. It gave me a little bit of everything, man. It was like a good afternoon cigar. You know what I'm saying? And it's one that you can even do for brunch, and it'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? So it's a nice cigar, man. I would say from 1 to 5. I think I'll go with about maybe a 4.3. Maybe 4.3, man.
Okay, landing in the 4s.
For what this is, you know, not a full body, but you know what I'm saying? As far as body stick goes, about 4.3.
Cigar. Let me ask you. So let me ask you this: How was the EQ on it? All those notes and, like you said, the complexities that came along with it. Do you feel like it was balanced very well?
Balanced very well. Very Placencia-esque, you know what I'm saying, as far as how it was balanced, you know what I'm saying? But all of these were the notes that were intense enough to pick out also. You know, sometimes Placencia is known to EQ so perfectly where it gets complicated figuring out what you got.
Yeah, you can't figure out.
Yeah, they all kind of set perfectly on top of each other in the mix where, okay, that's that. Retro Hill, that's that. You know what I'm saying? And you can kind of just be picking up what you picking up on along the way.
Yeah.
So, but still blended well enough where it all was smooth. It didn't feel like something jumped out of place. Nothing felt out of place. Great. Okay. Well done.
Shout out to Monte Cristo for that. All right, so Man of War. Like I said, really pepper in the beginning, smoky throughout, burn pretty rapidly. But I think it's mainly how they constructed this cigar. I did notice when I picked up the cigar, it was like really light. It kind of like felt light and fluffy, and there was a lot of space in it. So like when I pressed on it, I can feel like there was a lot of space.
Good squeeze.
That was yeah. So it wasn't like firmly packed with a lot of tobacco filler and all that good stuff. But it was okay. But what I think that did also contribute was me losing my ash. It wasn't a firmly packed cigar, so I didn't get that ash draw like you had.
Mhm.
I guess I lost my ash early, and then even got me to this point. I think I dropped my ash probably like maybe 4 times throughout the episode. So not bad on construction, just not a lot of tobacco filling, like as far as like really packing it all the way in, which is okay. You're just gonna get a faster smoke. You're not gonna get a lot of ash, but you're gonna get a lot of flavor, which is really good. Which is what you really want when it comes down to smoking a cigar. Is how are you gonna get those flavors and those tasting notes? That's what really matters, more so than everything else. Now, construction matters, the firmness matters, how long you get to smoke your cigar and enjoy your cigar, it matters. But when it comes down to just actually enjoying it and the tasting notes, to me, that takes a higher priority. So, really enjoyable as far as those flavors go. However, I will say I would not pair this with a coffee again. You have to pair it with like a whiskey. You have to grab like some kind of bourbon, something that has like some kind of oak, like a strong oak to go along with that mesquite and smokiness of the cigar. So I don't like the fact that I had a coffee that I pair with the stick. So I wouldn't recommend it for anybody in the future who's smoking any, really probably any Man of War, but particularly this abomination. So it didn't pair well. Didn't pair well with my beverage of choice. Um, but again, that has nothing to do with the cigar. It just has something to do with how you decide to pair your sticks, and the overall experience. It's not a morning stick. It's not an early wake up. I mean, unless you're like that, unless you need something to put some hair on your chest before you get your day started, to really propel you
Yeah.
through your day. If that's you, then this stick gets you. By all means, do it in the morning. But for me, this is like a mid to late afternoon going into evening, and I'm just getting after it. Maybe on the grill doing something, maybe even cutting my grass. I don't know, whatever. But I'm definitely not like really trying to have a chill moment with the cigar. It has a lot of pep in its step. I'm gonna say that, a lot
Okay.
of pep in its step. But overall, to rate this thing out of 5, minus the burn on my hand, I'm gonna give it a solid 4.1. Man of War probably is my favorite when it comes to that smoky flavor cigar. I'm gonna go out on a limb and state that firmly. That Man of War has consistently been one of my favorites when it comes to that smoky flavor. So if that's what you're looking for, by all means, go get it. I enjoyed it today. So I wasn't expecting it, but once I got those notes, those tasting notes, I said, I'm with it. I'm down for the ride. Let's do this. I locked in, put my seatbelt on, and ready to go. So 4.1.
Is this a good cigar for when you're out there during PT fussing at privates? It's a
Yeah,
good stick for that.
yeah. It's gonna give me that mode. It's gonna give me that mode. If I'm out in the field, I want that. I'm out in the field. I want that. If I'm not sitting back and trying to watch the sunset and listen to some jazz music, mm-mm.
Nah, don't
But
give
now
me
if
that.
I'm getting after it and I'm getting into some people's faces and I got a cigar in my hand, yeah, we
That's the
smoking that.
one.
That's the one. Man of
Maggot.
War.
Hey, look, man. You said something, and I want to ask this before we close out, man. So you talked about how it won't give you the super long burn because of the way it
Mhm.
was packed.
Yeah.
Do you think that we always, as aficionados, we're always very excited to have a long smoke. It makes us feel like we got our
Mhm.
money's worth and we can come back to it if we need to, if we don't finish it. But for those of us who, like you and I, who might only have 30, 40 minutes to smoke, would
Mhm.
that be actually a positive? You
It
know,
will be.
it's
It
not a
will be.
short story, a short cigar, you know what I'm saying? But at the
Yeah.
same time, you can get the quickness
I
of
got the
that, which we
full I got
enjoy.
the full experience of the cigar in a short amount of time. So yeah, I would say that it would be good for that. If you only have a short amount of time and you want the full experience of your cigar, some that burns at that speed is good. 45
Yeah.
minutes sit down and get from end to end all thirds of your cigars.
You made me think about that. I'm like, we normally look down on the idea of that, but that's not a bad idea for people
Not a
short
bad
on
idea.
time. Because
Yeah.
when I revisit a stick, I'm jumping in 2/3 of the way through the movie sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
like over
Yeah.
halfway through
Yeah.
it. It's like I done kind of forgot what happened in the first third and what I was
Right.
dealing with in the first part of the second third. I kind of want to take it all in at one time
All the
if
way, yeah,
possible.
all the way
Yeah,
through.
but it's not always reasonable for us. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like that
So
would
good
be
point.
actually
Good
decent.
point. Really good point. Really good point. So by all means, that does make a lot of sense. Okay? If you only have a short time, but you want to get a ride all the way through, and it's like imagine you go on a roller coaster ride and you want to enjoy the roller coaster ride the whole way it takes you, and you get to the halfway through your roller coaster ride. All right, everybody,
Yeah,
get
they take
off.
you off. Yeah, you come back an
And get
hour
back
later
on.
and pick up where you left off at the top. Like, nah.
Nah. Get the whole ride. Get the full experience. Full experience.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, that's how I was wondering, man. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Keep your cigars high. Don't let your president cuss out other countries, and let young people have it.
Let them have it. We out.
We out.